Danny, come here. So I guess the topic for the next couple of weeks is guard passing, so let's put it down. We're gonna talk about a guard passing system I like to use, which is switching between 3 different positions called the split squat, the headquarters, and the side mount smash. So I'll familiarize you with each of those positions and how to get there. Start from seated first. Okay, so I'm gonna go on my spiel first about approaching a seated opponent because I see this done wrong a lot. A seated opponent is basically somebody who's standing up to wrestle you. You need to think of them like that because his ability to come forward into my legs is basically just like, he's already in on, his level is much lower than mine already. He can just shoot forward on my legs and grab a double leg. It's not gonna end well for me if I approach this just like this, okay? This is not good. I'm just giving him a leg, he's gonna come up on it, okay? I need to approach head down and in the way, and I need to protect my lead leg just like I would in wrestling. So I don't really wanna reach with this arm because he's just gonna pop the arm up and he's gonna have straight access to this leg, right? I need to keep this arm down, protecting my leg, and reach with my rear one. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can put him on his back. Sometimes you can be a little mean and just kind of bully their head down, right? If they wanna play supine or like on their back, then that's usually a really good way to just kind of push their head down. But if they don't want to play, like, and I'm like touching and he's like very clearly trying to beat this collar tie, then I want to get control of like a hand and then cross, I like to go cross wrist on his ankle here, okay? So my right hand is grabbing his right leg. And then I'll just check his shoulder on the other side and then circle in the direction. Now, I've got a whole system you can do from here for passing, but we're just gonna ignore that for today and just talk about the positions that I wanna talk about, which are gonna be the split squat, the headquarters, and the smash. Okay, so to get to split squat from here, I'm basically just stepping into like a half guard and keeping my knee off the ground. Okay, so my knee is up off the ground. I don't really wanna sit into this half guard. Against a really good guard player, modern, you're gonna have a really hard time passing from this knee down half guard position if I don't already have chest to chest contact, right? He's just got way too much framing power for me to close the distance on my knees here. Okay, so keeping my knee up off the ground and sprawling this leg out to the side lets me kind of change the angle of my pressure. It allows me to bring my shoulder down and smash his knees together a little bit more, which is what I'm looking for here. So we'll talk about what happens if they frame correct and incorrectly here. So this is the correct frame where his top arm is reaching across to stop my far shoulder, right? If he's checking my near side shoulder, this is really good for me, okay? So this will be what we talk about first. If he's checking this bad shoulder, okay, I just wanna get this kind of pushed up into my armpit, and then I wanna grab behind his shoulder and then just punch his wrist down into an underhook. Okay, and you might need to turn your shoulder to do it. But at the same time, I'm also gonna drive forward so that this becomes a deep underhook and I get chest to chest pressure at the same time. Boom, okay? So now you can see that I've got a really good underhook. I'm starting to close in on controlling his head here, and I'll be able to either flatten him out or turn this into like a headlock and pass here. So that'll be just kind of like what we work on first. I wanna first get him down into supine or on his back. Right, I'm gonna step into this split squat position. I wanna hug his back and kind of change the angle of pressure so that I'm putting his knee down towards the mat. I don't wanna press into the knee like this. He's able to extend his leg and keep me away. He's not really able to extend his leg and keep me away when my pressure is down. Okay, he's gonna frame in correctly here, which is gonna allow me to get control up near the shoulder, push forward, and then punch this across, okay? Boom. Okay, and then when I do that, I'm just pulling my elbow back towards my ribs to keep this underhook. You can connect your head here if you need to, and then we're just gonna either try to get a cross face and get chest to chest, or get a front headlock, bring our knee in, and try to get to mount here. Both options work great. Okay, any questions on that as like a starter drill? Okay, all right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Danny. Ryan's a chump.
Making you take over last minute.
Yep. Can I say the backbone of that?